A very good day, everyone, and welcome back. We are back with Indian English Literature, a historical overview, part 5. Today we will talk about lyrics and sonnets in Indian English poetry. Lyrics and sonnets in Indian English poetry. The lyrical tradition in Indian English poetry was largely shaped by the influence of Romantic and Victorian poetry. Poets such as Toru Dutt and Sarojini Naidu were known for their evocative, song-like quality of verse, often celebrating Indian landscapes, folk traditions, and personal emotions. Sonnets, a European poetic form, were also experimented with by poets like Aurobindo Ghosh, who infused them with a philosophical and metaphysical musings. Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali, which won him the Nobel Prize in 1913, is a prime example of lyrical poetry that it transcends geographical and cultural barriers, blending the essence of Indian spirituality with a deeply personal poetic voice. His poetry often reflects a meditative quality, embracing themes of devotion, humanism, and a unity with the divine. The lyric in Indian English poetry evolved as a natural mode of self-expression rooted in music, devotion, and inner reflection. Sarojini Naidu's musical diction and rhythmic imagery made her the Nightingale of India, embodying lyrical grace. Her poems such as The Palanquin Bearers, Coromandel Fishes, and The Bird of Time combine melody with a nationalistic emotion. Toru Dutt's lyricism captures both a personal loss and a cultural pride, blending Indian themes with a romantic melancholy. Her work, Our Casuarina Tree, stands as one of the most poignant lyrical odes in Indian English literature. Henry Derozio's work, To India, My Native Land, anticipates the nationalist lyric infused with a Byronic passion. Manmohan Ghosh wrote delicate lyrical pieces that expressed the spiritual solitude of the modern soul. Sri Aurobindo Ghosh's sonnets such as Nirvana, Transformation, and The Golden Light display philosophical lyricism rooted in yoga and metaphysics. His use of the sonnet form bridges English discipline and Indian mysticism. Tagore's Gitanjali presents a synthesis of song, meditation, and a prayer, each poem a self-contained lyrical revelation. His other collections, like The Gardener and A Fruit Gathering, extend a lyrical intensity to human love and a divine longing. The Bhakti and Sufi traditions deeply influenced the Indian lyrical voice, merging the personal with the transcendent. The romantic heritage of Wordsworth, Keats, and Shelley gave Indian poets a template for celebrating emotion and imagination. Nizam Ezekiel brought the lyrical into the city, transforming ordinary speech into rhythmical introspection in poems like A Night of the Scorpion and Enterprise. A.K. Ramanujan redefined lyricism through restraint, irony, and intimacy, as seen in his work A River and small-scale reflections on a great house. Dom Moray's work in A Beginning and a John Norbury infused the lyrical verse with a cosmopolitan melancholy. Kamala Das revolutionized the Indian English lyric poetry with her confessional voice in the collections like Summer in Calcutta and The Descendants. Her poems, An Introduction and My Grandmother's House, echo the rhythm of emotional nakedness and rebellion. P. Lal's work, Transcreation Poems, combine lyrical grace with a cultural rootedness. G. Patel's work on Killing a Tree and Nargol maintain a meditative lyricism through moral seriousness. Jayanta Mahapatra's work, Relationship, and Dawn at Puri merge mythic imagery with introspective silence. K.K.N. Dariwala's work, Crossing of Rivers, and The Keeper of the Dead use lyrical balance to portray moral turbulence. Meena Alexander's work, Illiterate Heart, transforms personal exile into lyrical compassion and grace. R. Parthasarathy's work, Rough Passage, carries the sonnet's discipline into the confessional modern idiom. Shiv K. Kumar's work, Trap Falls in the Sky, employs lyrical irony to explore sensuality and alienation. Imtiaz Dakkar continues the lyrical tradition with her sensual and politically aware collections like Postcards from God and The Terrorist at My Table. Arundhati Subramaniam's work, When a God is a Traveler, reinterprets devotion through lyrical intimacy and wit. Eunice D'Souza's minimalist lyrics explore spiritual and gendered alienation with a biting precision. Adil Juzawala's work, Missing Person, exemplifies lyrical modernism through fragmentation and silence. Jeet Thail's work, These Errors Are Correct, blends rock lyricism and a metaphysical meditation into a postmodern form. Kishani Doshi's work, Everything Begins Elsewhere, celebrates love, mortality, and feminine strength in a graceful lyrical cadence. The sonnet form, though less common, persisted through poets like Aurobindo, Dom Morris, and K.K.N. Dariwala, who adapted it into Indian context. Tabish Kair's lyrical verse in the work titled Where Parallel Lines Meet reflects diasporic memory and a cross-cultural emotion. Meena Kandaswamy's work, Miss Militancy, fuses lyrical rhythm with a revolutionary anger. Menika Shivdasani and Priya Sarkari Chabria extended the lyric to feminist spiritual reflection. The lyric became the dominant form of expressing the individual's encounter with a history, love, and loss. Modern digital platforms have also revived the lyrical impulse through spoken word poetry by Harneet Kaur, Aranya Joha, and Ankita Sa. In a contemporary verse, lyricism coexists with irony, balancing sincerity with a social critique. Across eras, Indian poets maintained a lyrical sensitivity to rhythm, cadence, and emotional precision. The lyric bridges devotional chant, romantic melody, and a postmodern introspection in a one evolving continuum. The sonnet's compactness and musicality allowed Indian poets to distill vast spiritual and emotional experiences. Whether through Tagore songs, Sarojini Naidu's melody, or Das Confession, the Indian lyric remains a song of the soul. The lyric and sonnet traditions continue to anchor Indian English poetry, in intimacy, beauty, and transcendence. Ultimately, Indian English lyric poetry expresses the dialogue between the individual heart and the eternal universe.